Today we're in Jonah chapter 2. We're in Jonah chapter 2, where Jonah has found himself in a terrible, terrible situation that makes me want to echo James 5, verse 13, which reads, "If anyone among you is in trouble, let them pray." Jonah is in trouble over here. He's swallowed by a big fish in the middle of nowhere. He's in big trouble. And in this moment, he chooses to pray. He chooses to pray. He could have just wallowed in his pain, but he chooses to pray because he knows that there's power in his prayer. Guys, some of us, we can find ourselves in situations just like Jonah, and we'll just, wallow in our pain and, just accept that, nothing can happen. But Jonah knows the God that he serves. Jonah recognizes the God that he serves, and he begins to pray. In verse 2 it reads, "In my distress I called to the Lord, and he answered me. From deep in the realm of the dead I called for help, and you listened to my cry." Jonah recognizes that he was in a position that was too far gone. But he also recognizes that he serves a good and powerful God. Because he said, "From deep in the realm of the dead, I called for help, and you heard my cry." That shows it doesn't matter how far gone you think you are, God still listens to you. And it doesn't say that Jonah called multiple times. He just said, "I called for help." That's an indication that he called once, and God still heard him. Some of us, we think that when we're calling to God that, maybe he's not hearing us, but God hears your cries. There's a perfect time in his plan. Because if God rescued Jonah in the immediate moment where Jonah started calling, God could have just thrown Jonah back into what he was trying to save Jonah from. God could have thrown Jonah back into what he was trying to save Jonah from. And even before Jonah was, thrown onto the dry land, he still gave God shouts of grateful praise. And oftentimes, we want the miracle to happen before we give God his praise. But Jonah shows why he is set apart. He gives the praise before the miracle because he knows the God that he serves is powerful. He knows who he serves. He knows that he's a God of provision, a God of protection. He knows that only God can take him out from that situation, and he gives the shout of praise. Mind you, this is a situation that Jonah put himself in because he was running away from what he was called to do. Guys, it doesn't matter where you find yourself, God will reach out to you.